Today is a very special day because I have a guest. This is Scarlet Parke. She is a singer, producer, and the creator of the Dream Girl Bag. And we're just going to chat about creative living, entrepreneurship, being a girl, all the good stuff.
We have a lot of tea to spill, I think.
Do we?
And I honestly think that we are mysterious online creatures.
Oh my God, people tell that to me. And
people say it to me too, but I'm like, I feel like I'm the farthest thing from mysterious.
I feel like I am mysterious.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
I don't, but I don't really share personal details about my life. I more share like my thoughts, all packaged up, all pretty.
Right, the lessons. You share the
Yeah.
lessons, not the trauma.
Yeah, I have, and I want to be more imperfect, and I'm practicing that, and I'm.
I really want to be more imperfect, but like it's
do.
just so hard.
No, I am I guess sharing my imperfections. I'm like such
No, but
a
she
little-
really is as perfect as she seems,
No,
y'all. She is
absolutely
flawless.
no. Well,
even in
yes.
person, she looks like. Are you a demigod?
I am.
Are you a demigoddess?
half god, half human.
Period.
But-
We're gonna pop this champagne because if you guys knew what we had to go through to get to this point, you would have logged off. You honestly, most people would have given up. But that's also another lesson I think that both of us have learned in the recent years is that like there's always going to be a point where you want to give up and you just have to push through.
Wow, the life lessons already.
Should we pop this bottle real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
So fun.
Cheers, darling. Cheers, darling.
Wow.
Pearl's been on my mind recently because I've been noticing her absolutely kill it in just all the ways. She's just been really putting forth the efforts. You know, this is part of the reason I even started my YouTube channel. I was like, Pearl's killing it. And like, I liked that her videos were, they felt like home filmed videos. Like my thing was always, I wanted to look like, so, you know, I need all this equipment or da-da-da-da-da. And like, I just really liked watching your videos and kind of just feeling like we were hanging out. And I was just like, oh, like you make it look so easy. So I was like, okay, fuck it. And I literally got up and filmed like 5 vlogs that day. And I was like, this is so fun. So I've been having a blast doing YouTube. And when I was planning to come to LA, I was like, Pearl, what's up? Let's do one of these videos together. I feel like I've been resonating so much with your videos and kind of like what you've been talking about. And I've definitely been on that kind of like same spiritual journey and self-worth and just like overcoming the absolute fact that success only comes after a period of isolation and loneliness and like realizing that nobody's coming to save you. As scary as that is, it's also like very empowering once you get to the other side, right?
Content creation, I honestly love it so much because it really teaches me a lot about myself and it really shows me a lot of my flaws and the things that I need to work on. And because of the nature of content creation, like it's so demanding. It's one of those things where if you want to do it or you feel like you have to or need to do it, you have to figure out a way to make it fun and to like it and eventually love it because you can't stop. Like there's no stopping
Right.
when you start. And I originally started doing content because I was like, I love music and you have to like make content in order to be in music. But it's honestly become such an amazing reflection of like, oh, if I want to do something, I have to do it.
Sorry to break it to you guys. If you want to have something, if you want to do something with your life, you are going to actually have to do it. You're going to have to not just think about it, not just idolize it, not just fantasize about it. Even though fantasizing, like people will live in the fantasy for years and years.
Yeah.
But then like chicken out and not actually ever do it, which
Yeah.
I'm guilty of. I wanted to be a music producer for, you know, years before I ever actually did it. And I just fantasized about it. It's really fun to live there. And it's so easy to do through other people's social medias and Instagrams and da-da-da-da-da. But it also, I think, is what is causing a lot of depression.
Yeah.
Is feeling so close to something, but so far out of reach.
Yeah.
You know? And so I think allowing yourself to be like, I can make YouTube vlogs. Like in my head, yes, am I hearing who gives a shit about what you have to say? Like you're too old, you're whatever. It's not going to get any views. People are laughing at you. I mean, it's like everybody has the roster of like minions in their head that has every reason why you shouldn't. But then how amazing does it feel to actually do it? Like you feel so unstoppable, you know, like, and you start to see life in a different way. And like life truly is easier. Like we do have access to these insane tools that were never available before, that you can actually make money if you can find the confidence.
Yeah.
Confidence is all you need.
I think sometimes also it feels bad, to be honest.
Which part?
Making it and
Oh,
putting it out, all
I
of
agree.
it. I think sometimes it felt bad for me more recently just because of all like the mindset stuff, but like for a good long while and sometimes still like most of it feels bad.
Like to make it?
Yeah, to make
Like you
it,
just don't like it.
No, it's not that I don't like it, but
Because I know what you mean, but I'm trying to like get you to articulate it more.
I think when the focus is for a particular outcome, and okay, actually, here's what I think it is. I think that especially with creative people, which I really think everyone is creative, but I think people are maybe more inclined to like create things that don't have utility. And specifically for people like that, okay, you have like a potential and a vision in your mind of what you want it to be like. Like definitely for sure there's a future version of me who has better cameras, who has a team, the script is better,
Right.
like
Right.
you know, I'm, you know, just like everything is elevated and I know that that version of me exists.
Right.
But I have to realize that there's a ladder to get there. And like with all manifestations, I was listening to this other YouTuber actually, and she was talking about the ladder method, which is so common sense. But then again, actually knowing something is so easy to do. I know everything. I literally know all things. There is nothing that I don't know. But embodying those things, so there's so many things that I haven't embodied.
Right.
Yeah.
You know that you can't just all of a sudden be this person. You know that you have to take these steps, but then actually taking those steps, you're like, it just sucks. Nobody wants to. You don't want to start at the bottom, right? Like nobody wants to start at the bottom.
Yeah.
The bottom sucks.
And
And
like,
the bottom, you're doing everything yourself. You are 12 people in one, and it's a lot of work.
yeah.
It's also the only thing that's going to allow you to enjoy your success, though.
That's true. There is this happiness researcher. His name is Sean Acker, I believe. And he defines happiness as the joy you feel after struggle. And I loved that definition because without the struggle, the happiness literally doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And nobody thinks of it like that. No one thinks of how crucial the struggle is for the joy. And also like it's almost equal and opposite as far as like your experience of happiness. The more effort and the more struggle and the more hardship that you overcome, the greater the joy. So if you really want great joy in your life, then you have to get used to great struggle. And I feel like there's different types of hard, like there's pain and then there's suffering. And in dialectical behavioral therapy, which Marsha Linehan, who has BPD and like studied Zen Buddhism and all this stuff, like she defines suffering as pain plus non-acceptance. But if you accept it, then you just get the regular pain of life, which is a fact. Like you're just going to experience pain. But if you don't accept it, then it just adds this weight that is your choice.
But I think suffering is what will lead to innovation.
How so?
I think pain can become apathy, and people can just choose to live with pain, whereas you can't live with suffering. And so, if suffering is the denial of acceptance, if you know, for instance, a personal story, you were asking me earlier about the Dream Girl bags, and I told you that we were talking about kind of working through sadness and figuring out just kind of all of the things that we're talking about now, of just working through where you are to get where you want to be, even though mentally and emotionally, like you feel like you already see this great version of yourself, but there's a disconnect between where you currently are. Like I'm not there yet. I'm still broke. I'm still this. Like I still haven't actualized my potential, and I only have myself to blame. And so you have to work through the guilt and the shame and the fear of being seen. And there's just like there's so many steps, right? It's so layered. Like as humans, we just are so complex. Like the reason that we're human is because we have such complex feelings, right? Like it's what I think souls come onto earth to experience is the complexity of human emotion, because it's so vast. But I don't think I would have created the Dream Girl bag without suffering.
Okay, wait. Give a brief overview of what the Dream Girl bag is, just like really quickly.
Yes.
If you don't know what it is.
This is actually a great segue. Really quick, let's spend a little time talking about the Dream Girl bag. So I brought you a gift. If you want to open your box.
Oh my god! Wow. ASMR. Oh my god.
A little journal and then a little welcome card.
God. Is this what they would get if they bought one?
It is a bag that I designed custom for music producers. I have like a full one here if you want to like show them this one where it's like fully set up. And there's gear, so it holds your microphone, your interface, your headphones, your laptop here, your notebooks, your books, your pens, everything that you would need as an artist to travel. And then in the back, it holds a little MIDI keyboard. It has a pocket back here. And I designed it like this. The top is flat so that it can act as a desk when you're traveling.
Oh my god, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, so that my favorite thing to do is travel, and I always hated that I couldn't find really good recording studios when I would go. And so I'd always, it's like you come home with a bunch of voice memos of half-finished songs, and I'm like, what if you could just have something that you could just have the studio with you and just record it? And sometimes it's in the jungle, sometimes it's on a beach or whatever. So it's a little desk, and it's a little just travel bag. It fits perfectly underneath the seat of an airplane, but it's given me the freedom to make music in safe places where I can really sing my fucking heart out about songs and things. Like I can just really sing about things that have needed to be sung about and written about for a long time. And I probably would have never done it in a traditional studio. I'm paying by the hour. I don't really feel comfortable being that vulnerable around somebody. And when I tell you it's changed my life in every sense of the word, like from a completely, like my DNA has been altered after making this bag. Just the way that it's freed me. It's empowered me to believe I am the girl who I've always thought I was, after kind of losing faith in that and hope in that for a couple of years, But it came out of suffering. Totally. It was, the pain, people can manage pain. People can manage pain. They can't manage suffering. You can't live a whole life full of suffering. And I had a very strong threshold for what pain was. And I was just going along, but the pain was getting unbearable. I started using substances, started drinking. I stopped paying my bills. I kind of just like gave up. I reached a breaking point where I was like, just can't do it anymore. Like I got cockroaches in my apartment. It was almost like, God was like, just started putting all of these obstacles in my life to finally push me to the breaking point. And I just remember I got evicted from my apartment. The house I'm staying at right now, he was my neighbor in those apartments at that time. And so I was going to go stay with him for a couple of days. I packed up everything that I had owned in my car. And my friend comes running up and he says, "Scarlett, your car's getting towed right now. I think it's getting repossessed." With all of my belongings.
Oh my god.
So when I say my life like imploded, I quite literally lost everything in 48 hours.
Wow.
But it was such a dichotomy. It was so crazy because a couple of weeks before that, I'm hanging out with my favorite artists. Like I'm out at all these parties in the hills. Like I'm really like living that life. I'm surrounded by fame and fortune and people talking about these opportunities and da-da-da. And I don't know. I just thought I was just like, okay. I was just totally in La La Land. I was just the wrong kind of delusional, And I think that it's really great to understand the power of delusion and being able to see yourself beyond who you are right now, but you still have to live in the current reality. You can't just abandon ship. And I had totally abandoned like my current life and was just like, nope, this is who I am now. And I had to move back into my dad's house. I'm 30, ripe age of 30, and I'm calling him, and he bought me a train ticket. I went to the tow yard. They gave me 30 minutes to grab what I could out of my car. I grabbed my baby pictures. I grabbed my camera bag, and I put all of my studio equipment in my camera bag, which is how the Dream Girl bag was born.
What? I did not know that.
Yeah. So And I had put my, like, I think I had traveled like once or twice before then, and like put, you know, like my interface with my camera or something. And so it was like, but that was the moment where I was like, oh, like really kind of became, that's what initially, like eventually became the Dream Girl bag. And so I took a train. I had to let everything go. I had like, beautiful pictures, beautiful wigs, beautiful, like I could only grab what I could carry.
Whoa.
And I stayed in a hotel on Skid Row and took a train at like 10 a.m. the next morning. I almost didn't make it. I'm like, they were going to deny me because my bags were too big. And this like literal angel sent from the heavens, he was the previous conductor of the train. And he was like, let her on the train. Just let her on. He could see it in my eyes. I get to my dad's house in Portland. And we end up moving. He's like, all right, well, we're going to move into my grandparents' house that he had inherited, and was like going to go down there and refinish it and live down there. And I end up staying at this house, and it's a very magical place. It's a couple hours from Mount Shasta, which is like known for being a spiritual haven. You know, it's like energetically just a very energetically charged place. So I start having these crazy vivid dreams. And I have this dream about the Dream Girl bag and everything that it was going to become. And like, imagine that your life is just traveling, making music with women with like studio gear. And like, you know, yes, you lost everything in your apartment, but look how free you are now. It's just downloads of like, you lost it because you didn't deserve it. And it also just wasn't the right. What were you doing? You were wasting your time, your youth, your beauty, your potential, your talents. Yeah. Like, you have so much more to offer. Like, you stupid girl. Like, what are you doing? You know. And so then my dad's like, you have 3 months to get the fuck out. I love you, but got your shit together. Yeah. You should not be on my couch. Like, you have. Fair. Yeah, you have too much going for you. Yeah. And he's like, of course, you know, you stay here, I'll feed you, I'll take care of you. You don't have to spend a dime, I'll whatever you need, like, but you need to figure something out. So I just started really manifesting and praying and scripting and all of these things. And I end up like, some things like post on TikTok. What the Holy Spirit, like whatever it was like post 3 times a day on TikTok and talk about the dreams you've been having. And that's what I did. I literally just got on, I remember it was January 7th. I posted on TikTok, and I posted that video where it was like, gone are the days of men being able to lock women in alone in rooms to make music, because I'm making a mobile studio bag so that we can create anytime, anywhere. And it went viral.
Whoa. What was your first video?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that went viral, and I was like, oh shit, like there's something here. It didn't exist at all yet. This was literally a figment of my imagination at this point. I ended up posting about it, and I said, would anybody be interested in buying this? And people were like, yeah, I would buy this. I ended up getting 20 people to pre-order. That gave me the money to do the because you have to buy 100 bags. It's a minimum.
Oh, shit.
So I had to buy 100 of these things.
Oh, my God.
Like, it was just nuts. Like, it was just the whole process. I never went to school for anything like this. I was living off of what I was dreaming about. Literally at night, falling asleep. Like, what I was dreaming.
Actual dreams.
Actual dreams. The actual, like that's my crazy. Ancestors or whatever. Like, that's why I also called it the Dream Girl bag. Wow. It's not just, like, because of the trope, the Dream Girl trope or something. Yeah. Like, everything that made it possible for me to make this, like, came to me in my dreams at night. And then I would wake up and I would make TikToks about it. And I was like, and I realized then it's like very sobering, because now I'm like, I have like all this money that really isn't mine at all. Like,
they're like your investors.
Basically. Yeah, basically my investors. I need to like get this going. And so I find a manufacturer. I order the first Dream Girl bag. And so this first manufacturer turns out to be a total, like, con artist. Yeah. And tried to steal my money, sent me the one bag, and I replied with, like, a couple different changes and sent him the full, like, almost the full payment, like 75%. And I was like, let's give me the 100 bags. Like, let's send it, basically. Yeah. And this was only going to be the bags with the black interior. Okay. Even though I wanted the colors, this guy was like, no, we can't do the colors. Okay. Anyways, 3 months goes by and the bags haven't arrived yet. The pre-order people are like, okay, it's been almost
Right.
5 months.
Yeah.
You're just, now they're kind of thinking like, this girl is just a
Right.
stranger from the internet and she
Yeah.
has like this money, like where's my product? So I'm like freaking out. I've never been so stressed in my life. Like I am having just the worst imposter syndrome. Like who did I think I was to do this? Like this is crazy. People go to college for 4 to 6 years to do this kind of stuff. Like I have no idea what I'm doing. Like this is absolutely insane. Like, meanwhile, the clock's ticking. My dad's like, what are you doing? Like,
Pressure's on.
pressure. I'm roasting in this pressure cooker.
Oh my God.
And he says, oh, we've already mailed the 100 bags. You've already received them.
No.
Yeah. And he
gaslights you, literally.
No, he literally gaslights me. He goes, you've already received the bags. Here's the tracking number. And the tracking number is for the one bag that he sent me. So how am I supposed to
throw up?
How am I supposed to prove that I didn't receive the 100 bags? And then the third party like supplier, like was with Alibaba, is who I was going through, and they're saying, yeah, he sent the tracking number, so we can't get your money back for you. I'm sorry. And of course I didn't, and I wasn't gonna have enough money to then go to another place and buy new ones. So it finally comes to me. Okay, after like really meditating on it, to get in touch with DHL, the shipping company. And they're able to give me the weight of the box, the one box that was delivered. And I'm able to send the weight and dimensions of the one box that they delivered as proof that there's no way 100 of these bags could fit in the weight of the delivery that was given to me.
Yeah.
Thank God. And it was and they accepted it and I got my money back.
Refunded it.
Yes.
Oh my God.
They refunded it.
Oh, that is horrifying. So how long were you in that like period of like not
That
knowing?
was like 4 months of my life, and then I had to go find a new manufacturer. I sent them
the work isn't done yet.
No, exactly. And so now I have to start from scratch. And shipping anything from China takes a month, no matter what.
Yeah.
So I have to make the decision to send them a photo of the sample bag that I have, just with measurements and everything. And I say, just send me 100, no sample. I don't have time.
Right. You just need it.
I just need them.
Yeah.
Those bags could have been so janky.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I want the purple color,
Yeah.
And so they made one, and then they just sent me a bunch of pictures. So I was able to see photos of just one.
Okay.
But I wasn't able to really like, the stitching or just like the details.
Yeah.
Anyways, now you literally can't put me in a situation where anything phases me.
I bet.
Like, I really felt like I would go to bed crying. Like, I just was so stressed. I'm like, this could be the end of my career. People are going to think I'm a fraud.
Yeah.
Like my integrity, my housing, my everything is on the line. Like, I have to make this work. I have to figure it out. There is no other option. There is no, am I smart enough for this? I cannot waste a second of my day doubting myself, because I'm past the point of that already. I've already made the promises. I've already collected the money. And now it's just time, like you said, to do the work, show up, and deliver the fucking product.
Yeah.
Period.
And is this part of the 100 bags?
This is part of the 100 bags.
And this is it. Oh, okay. So they ended
they're
up being great. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Blessings, God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't that the most stressful story you've ever heard? Like,
yes. That is the most stressful story I've ever heard.
Just like,
that's diabolical.
it was crazy to be internationally gaslit like that.
Internationally gaslit.
But that's truly why I think I'll be successful now, because it's that grit. I had to learn true grit of just literally there's nothing you can do except grit your teeth, bear it, and realize that you're not dead. Your soul might die. Right. Your emotions might die. Your spirit might die temporarily. Like everything about, my ego died for sure throughout this process, where I realized I'm at the mercy of God and circumstances beyond my control are going to happen. And all I can do is maintain my integrity, my honesty, and push through. Yeah. And now, like, I could have taken so many shortcuts to save my own ass. I could have lied. I could have done this, and I didn't. And now I feel like I can just be shamelessly proud, you know, and just truly enjoy all of the good things that are happening now with Dream Girl.
Yes.
Because I truly did build it on the right foundation.
Yes.
And I went through the fire, you know, where it wasn't on the back of anybody else. There wasn't any blackmail. There wasn't any weirdness. Like there was, you know what I mean? It was just, I was willing to take the heat, and I got cooked. But it's fine.
And now you're a juicy.
And now I'm
chicken.
ready. Now I'm ready to eat. I'm
Ready
too good.
to
Yeah.
Cooked to perfection.
Cooked to perfection.
Wow.
Right.
I think the whole like integrity piece is really, really admirable, and why I think a lot of, you know, business and wealth and stuff gets a bad rap, because there probably is such a temptation to just shortcut your way through and skip through all of the agony.
It's agonizing. It really is. And it is because for me, it was learning faith with, like, I had to meet God, honestly. I think temptation is always nefarious. You know, I think that if it feels tempting, then you probably know that it's not the right thing to do, when you should surrender at that moment and realize that just beyond the temptation is something great waiting for you, something wholesome, something good, something real, something of value.
Yeah.
But it is so easy and faster to take the temptation up front.
Yeah.
And to just be like, all right, I can, you know, what if these 20 pre-orders get counterfeit, and if anybody notices, then I can do damage control. I know that if I were to do something dishonest, it would come down 10 times as hard, because that's the lesson I'm learning right now, is that I've already chosen the temptation. I've already gone down the path of dishonesty. I've already gone down the path of quick results, and look where I ended up.
Yeah.
And that was the lesson through this whole thing, was like, you know, God being like, I have endless ideas for you. I have endless inspiration, endless vision, endless strangers on the internet who will fund you.
Yeah.
But you need to trust me. You need to have faith that I've given you this vision because it's for you. You have to trust that your story is what's going to be the backbone of this company, and the reason that people won't steal it out from underneath you. That your story is the glue, that you are, you know, like, I had to have all this faith that it was worth being honest.
Yeah. That's the right kind of delusional.
Right.
Like,
it was,
that
is the right kind of delusional, where I was like, I'm going to fully believe and have faith that God has brought me to this place to save me, not to abandon me.
I think we're entering an era of consumers who want to purchase things that stand for something and also provide a lot of value. And I think that when a product has like a story behind it, has a mission behind it, that's also real. Not just like, I went to business school and they said you need to have a story behind it. Like, it just does have a story behind it.
Yeah.
Like, I personally always would rather buy something like that's way more compelling to me. Right. And I'm like, oh my God. And it is your individual story, but it's also like so much, it's so big, it's huge. Like, even the fact that it's about empowering like specifically women producers, it's very niche, but it's also massive at the same time because it's women in music. And every female artist has been like, you're producing this in a way that I would never produce it, and it's not really my taste. I don't know a single female artist who hasn't had that experience. Every woman has been like, I wish I could like cry and scream or like talk about my sexual identity, but there's a bunch of guys here. Like, everyone's experienced that. Like, and to empower women to be able to experience that, really making true art from like the lowest level of just like someone who wants to like enjoy it for themselves to the highest level of like people who are making like the craziest, you know, like the top hits, like people like Doechii, you know what I mean? Who are like so genuine to who they are.
But her mixtape that went so incredibly viral, like I had the insane like happenstance to meet her manager
Oh,
right
fire.
before I went to the Grammys. I went and grabbed a
Oh
drink
my
at this little
God.
bar, and I'm sitting next to this guy in this fire ass Gucci suit. And I'm like, hey, I love your suit. I'm like, you going to the Grammys? And me and my girl are all dressed up too. And he's like, yeah. He's like, looks like you're going too. And I was like, yeah, super excited. Like, da 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 da. And he's like, you know, he mentions that he's working with Doechii. And of course, I'm like telling him about the Dream Girl bag. And he was like, she literally went to her place with a female engineer and producer, and they made that mixtape together in her house.
Oh yeah,
And that's why it was so fire, because it was her in a safe place.
Yeah.
And she was just like, whatever comes out of me is what the mixtape's going to be. And it was the most authentic thing there. And she's like, and she told her label, don't ask me to change anything. This is what I'm putting out.
Yeah.
And you can hear it in her music.
Yeah.
It's so
100%.
fire. It's so authentic. It's so her. And I guarantee you, I would put money that if there was a dude in the room, he would have suggested to change something.
100%.
And it would have become lame.
No, yeah.
I'm sorry,
Wouldn't
but
have
like
had the same
it just wouldn't have hit the same. Like the reason it was so fire and the reason it was literally Grammy winning was because it was unapologetically like feminine in such a dope way.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
And I think that's where we are now. It's about women being like realizing that one, you can do it, and two, the shit that you have in your head that you want to create is fire. We've just been gaslit for so long into believing that we can't do something. We've literally been mentally handicapped into believing that we are not capable, radiant, amazing, incredible beings that can stand alone and create phenomenal music and art by ourselves. It's not just our bodies. It's not just our looks. Like, bitch, that's just the icing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a beautiful, delicious, moist cupcake underneath.
Right.
Fully cooked.
I definitely see the Dream Girl bag and just like everything about really just the whole business mission vision. Like it's in that stream. Like I like to view like I really think of life like we're all in like little canoes, you know, and you kind of like hit that upstream and like you're kind of going in this direction, and there's like a current. That's
You
what
catch
the word
the
is.
wave, yeah.
There's a current that is like going in a certain direction, and certain people really get lucky, I think, when you kind of catch the current that's kind of happening in culture. And I mean, I really see Dream Girl being a part of that for sure, and
Thank
like
you.
just being empowering on so many levels, which is like really amazing and inspiring. And low-key, it was from God, so of course. You know what I mean?
It was just very aligned. Everything about it has been very aligned. Everybody that I've worked with, everybody that's been interested in it, it's helped me connect with people and artists that I really look up to, which has been really cool. It's been cool to meet people coming to them with an opportunity and a concept instead of just, as so many artists, and I did forever, was just begging for attention or like needing the attention but not having like, I just felt like it was something that helped me connect on a different level with other artists that I had so desperately wanted for a long time. Instead of just being like, hey, do you want to collab, you want to hear my song or whatever, it was like, hey, I want better for all of us. Like, you know, and so it's, I mean, the Dream Girl retreat, you got to come on the next Dream Girl retreat.
Oh my God, I would love to.
We're going to Barcelona in the fall.
Oh, okay.
So start saving up.
Oh my God. Okay,
I'll send you
fire.
more details, but you got to come.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Frequency is a real thing. Mindset is a real thing. And the only way that you can find success in this world is learning how to master your mindset and being aware of your energy and your frequency. And when I was younger, I had a really, really, really hard time with that. Like, I have OCD, which I take medication for. Thank God. After years, I finally found something that actually works for me, because I get just like horrible, negative, like real. Thought cycles where like I'll just get stuck on something negative and I will not be able to like I'll just ruminate on it forever. Yeah. And it would haunt me as a kid. Like, and once I was able to, you know, get into a good routine and like figure all that stuff out, like, and use it in a good way of like really focusing on positive things. Like, it's crazy to see how different your life can change once you like take that spotlight off of like the what ifs, the fear, the negatives, the end of the world is coming, this, or they hate me, or like whatever it is, and you're able to like push it over to I'm so grateful to be alive. I have so much going for me. I have so much potential. Like, look at all I've accomplished. Like, you know, everybody's rooting for me. You know, total mindset shift when you can like really keep that on positives. It really will just change your entire existence.
Yeah, totally.
Even when it's so hard.
Yeah.
Just choosing to have that blind faith and just believe that something's looking out for you. Whether it's God, whatever it is, like, you have to believe that something's looking out for you.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that all of us are just randomly, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Something is for sure. Like, and I think if by acknowledging it and believing in it, that is the secret.
Yeah. 100%.
Choosing to believe in something that you can't see is crazy. But if I was a God, I would be like, yeah, if they acknowledge me and like see that I'm working for them without physically being there, then I'm going to help those ones out a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. To be honest, like, I don't even care if I'm believing a dead lie. Like, I actually don't. Like, I care about results. I care about efficacy. I care about living a good life. I don't care about having to prove it with data, by the way, that humans made.
Right.
And like, data is just a collection of experiences shared by humanity. So, and practitioners
And also manipulated.
Yeah, and oh my God, I just don't care. What I care about is that it works, and
I
it
agree.
does. So
It does.
and I also, but low key, I believe it's true, and I know who God is.
I believe in God. I personally, like, when I'm in peril, like, Jesus comes to me specifically.
Wow.
Is who I connect with. Yeah. Jesus is my homie. He's saved me many times. Like, there have been times when, I mean, I've been spiritually attacked for sure. And I swear to God, you say Jesus' name,
Wow.
they bolt.
Wow.
100%.
That's really cool.
It is really cool because I grew up like being taught it and I never felt connected to it.
Yeah.
And so I just abandoned it. I wasn't really practicing, and I still don't really partake in church. I've gone to a couple, and for me it's the vibe. It just was never really right. I had a bad experience in church, but when I sit and I read my Bible, I have like incredible experiences.
Yeah.
Like downloads, intuitions. I've been really leaning into spiritual intuition where if I feel the need to call somebody and say something, I've done it. And it's out of left field. Sometimes it's in the middle of the night and I call my friend. I said, hey, I had it on my heart to say this, that I feel like you really need to hear right now, that you need to move slower or you need to da-da-da-da-da. And it's sometimes I don't even remember what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. But I've actually like strengthened a lot of my friendships like that. They're like, I don't know why you called me or why you said what you said, but I needed to hear it.
Yeah.
And so it's that thing where I think when you choose to believe in a higher power of some sort, you can activate more of your own gifts.
Yeah.
And more of your own power when you start to trust, your heart.
100%. I think also we're gonna have data on it at some point.
Totally.
I don't think we might not have it now, but think about all of the things that we know about like emotions and all these kind of like invisible things that we know way more because of research and technology and all that stuff. Like, and there is like things that are named pseudosciences that we do know, but they're just like not, I mean, they're like semi-mainstream. Like people ask me all the time, like, what do you like believe? Like blah, blah, blah. And I just say everything. Like I really do. Like I believe I believe in everything. There's really truth in everything. Like maybe there are some things we get wrong, but yeah, no duh.
Okay, tell me more. Tell me. Okay, so you believe in everything.
I believe in everything.
What are you currently like working on?
What am I working on?
Like what is Pearl's 5-year goal?
Okay, so when I was listening to your story and you were like, I don't have time to fucking doubt myself. Like there's literally no time. I think that I'm working on honestly like my masculine energy. Like the feminine energy, I've worked in corporate for like 9 months and I was like, oh hell no. Like I literally couldn't survive there.
Same.
And we live in a really amazing time where you don't have to do that. And so I'm very dead set on like how I want to feel in my life, because ultimately when I like think back about all of the jobs that I've had, and I never thought of myself as someone who's like really into like helping other people or whatever. Like I don't think that that's like cooler necessarily. Like I don't idolize that like mentally. But if I actually think about the things that I've done, I'm like, okay, I was a teacher, I worked at a church, and I worked with youth. I like currently work part-time at an eating disorder treatment center. Like they're all like very like service oriented help stuff. And I don't mean it to be like, I just love helping them. Like,
No, I don't think it's
but like
that.
I genuinely like, I do like to help people, and I think everybody does ultimately. So my ultimate goal is to be able to like spend my life helping people. But you can't give out of what you don't have. And I think that I can help people with certain things that I know. But if I am not wealthy, I'm not going to be able to really have as much say. I mean, so far in life, I feel like anything I've set my mind to, I've accomplished and done. And kind of like the big pillars in life. Like the first one I focused on was like health and like my relationship with my body, my relationship with nutrition, my relationship with exercise, like just like habits, disciplines, mindsets, like that kind of stuff. And then I was like, oh, also mental health and like all of that stuff and figuring out that. And
There's
everybody
so
knows
many
like
different things that contribute to being healthy.
so many things, you know. And then there's like spiritual, relational. So like I got all of that, and it was a really long journey, and I'm super proud of the woman that I am. And I think the last kind of like big core pillar of life is like my financial health. And
That's me too, yeah.
It's
a bitch.
It's a lot. For me personally, it's the hardest one.
Yeah,
like, and it's
same.
based off so many things. One, women couldn't even get credit cards until 1975.
Yeah, the financials for me, like I've been learning a lot about the stock market. I've been learning about day trading. I've been learning about just money in general, like interests, you know, everything, how everything works.
Yeah.
I think I like to look at things from a very bird's eye view at first, and then really dive into the specifics of things. But I'm with you on the financial literacy of it all.
Yeah.
For me, it's also just like a money block. Like my family had a lot of money growing up, and then my parents split and they drove each other into bankruptcy. And so I experienced what it was like to lose everything, and it was so traumatizing. And then to have it happen again, like I'm almost scared of money.
Yeah.
Where like once I get it, I need to put it somewhere. I need to spend it on
Yeah.
something. I need to invest it into something. Like I don't like to just have it. And that's my own trauma to work on, was like learning how to feel safe with money, because I need, you know, I'm going to have a lot of it. I already know that. Like I basically at this point have only been in my own way of opportunities and money, too much money coming in, because I'm like, it stresses me out.
Yes.
You know, because to me that equals more to lose.
Yes.
Right. And I think that's something I have like a community of girls, and I've took like a financial literacy course for women in business, because it's a very common thing with women who grew up in middle class, lower middle class. Like it's scary to think about having thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in your bank account, because what if one day it's all gone and you've built a life around having all that money? But that's also like just fear. You know, it's like kind of the last place in my life that I haven't shown like the light, you know, like I've kind of just like, I'll deal with that later.
Yeah. No, for sure. Like, I mean, just like my health was a mirror into things that I needed to change. Just like all these other aspects,
It's
spirituality,
habits.
blah, blah,
It's
blah.
all habits.
It's the same thing. And also though, I'm like, wait a minute. I know so many mid guys who are doing better. I'm like, this can't be hard. Like, there's no way it's hard. It's just like not enough knowledge, not enough experience or whatever. So That's like where I'm putting literally all of my energy.
Same.
But it's obviously, and I listen to a couple of like financial guys. Honestly, I can only think of one, but all the other ones are women because I just don't really like, it's kind of like fitness. Like I really don't want to listen to a man talk about fitness. It just doesn't like apply in the same way.
Yeah, it doesn't apply. Like, I really like Alex Hormozy. I don't know if you know who that is. He's amazing. I
like
really
him.
find his info and tips useful. But
Do you listen to his wife too?
I haven't listened.
She's better.
She's better.
I think. For women.
I would love to listen. You know, I didn't even know that she was like really had her page and stuff.
She's just as big.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just as big.
I need to watch her. What's her name?
Layla.
Layla Hormozy?
Yeah.
I love them.
I like Alex. I love Layla.
Okay.
Personally.
Yeah.
She's like if Alex was a girl. It's like literally.
I love that.
They're
Well,
like
I just love
twins.
their story. I really value the come up with somebody. Like,
Yeah,
I thought for a
sure.
long time I wanted to wait until I was established to get into another relationship. But I think that there's something really beautiful and vulnerable about building with somebody.
Yeah.
And you just have, like anything else, just like building this business, like you're just going to have to trust God and you're just going to have to trust each other. But like I think there's so many walls that get built emotionally, mentally, and spiritually that it's really hard to meet somebody once you've already accomplished everything.
Yeah. Totally. I've been thinking about this a lot too, like just the connection between love and money, and like my whole like being adverse to anything imperfect or unscripted. Like I know that that's like holding it's obviously a strength and it's also a weakness, like all things are. You know, the strength is like being really prepared and being polished and blah blah blah, and then the weakness is like lack of authenticity, like lack of relatability, and also just like not accepting different parts of myself.
Lack of spontaneity and lack of adventure.
Yeah.
And passion.
Definitely. Yeah, I feel like
when there's too many rules, you lack that sense of passion and for me, I mean, like, I love when something's a little scandalous, a little like crazy, a little, you know, and I think you can't want, I mean, I don't ever want something to be so buttoned up that it lacks that passion.
Yeah.
Like,
no, for sure. That's definitely a growth point for me. Yeah. But yeah, like with love and money, I mean, for me growing up, it was like, I mean, my mom was born in Korea, like literally in a grass hut, like literally poverty, like very like, you know, she never worked or anything like that. She couldn't, like, just a lot. And you know, my dad's like a blue collar guy, but just like a lot of scarcity. Like he would make a lot of money and then it would be nothing.
Right.
And growing up, it felt like when there was money, there was like peace and love, and when there wasn't, it was like
chaos.
It was not good. So I really connect the two, and totally. I feel like, oh, if I am not at this certain level of like financial abundance and like wealth, then I don't deserve love. I think it's like the subconscious belief. And I'm challenging it. Like I'm actively challenging it. Like, okay, what if someone could love me even if I am not a millionaire yet? Like,
it's so interesting because my belief, I feel like, is almost like I can't be as lovable if I have too much money.
Oh, interesting.
Like, I feel like people...
That is so interesting. I'm like, oh, bitch, when I have money, there's no way not every single person will want to be with me and love me.
Yeah, and I don't really know what that's tied to or the reasoning behind it or like why I feel like that. I just feel like I think that what it is that I feel like people really love me when they are still with me and hang out with me when they know that I don't have it all. And I feel like that's them loving me for me with nothing. Mm-hmm. And so I think that my worry is that when I get all of my money, are the people like I know the people who are here with me now, and I can tell you the people that were there with me when I was suffering and I was crying on the floor of my dad's house. Those are the people that like love me.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm scared to have money because I'm scared that it draws in so many vultures.
Definitely. And I feel like all of the best lies have truth in it. And there's truth in both of the things, both of our fears.
Yeah.
You know, like, yes, when you're in a place where you're financially free and like you could, you know, choose all of these opportunities and all this stuff, like, yeah, you're going to be probably vibrating higher, especially if you've built a really good foundation of like authenticity and all this stuff. Like, it is going to open up more opportunities and help you meet like higher level people and all that stuff if you do it the right way. So there's that truth in it. But there's still a dirtiness in it of being like, well, until I'm there, then I don't deserve love from anyone. Like, that's a lie. And like, yes, it is true. When you're fully fucking resourced, people will try to take advantage of you.
Right.
Like, and also it's like you're not gonna lose all of the people. All the people will probably just stay there with you. You might actually lose some people too. Like, that's part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, money is definitely at the top of my mind right now. It's definitely top of my mind. Like, as I'm building my business, you know, I've had to learn a lot about just financial management, all of that.
Yeah.
How to build a business is,
oh my God, it's fucking excruciating.
it's hard.
I find it
really hard. It's
excruciating.
really, really, really hard. Like, I know it's that thing again, like you said earlier, like I know everything that I need to do.
Yeah.
But am I doing it? Like, no, I'm not. Like, sometimes I take a nap instead of like doing something that's going to be good for my business because I'm just like, I can't handle the stress anymore. Like, I need to just, it's the balance of it all is so much.
Yeah.
And I feel like money will solve a lot of the balance problems. Like, but it's all about consistency. It's just about, yeah, I mean, that's why I'm really focusing on my YouTube. That's why I'm focusing on my content, because I think that I've done enough character building. I've done enough story.
Yeah.
You know, I've shaped myself enough to where I'm ready to be seen. I'm so ready to share. I'm excited to share.
Yeah.
I'm excited for what I have to share. And I'm now just waiting and in my moment of preparation for all of the goodness to come, and I want to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
I want to, like, I know all the money's coming. I feel it coming. It's marching towards me, and I just want to feel so like overly prepared on how to handle it and how to allocate it in the right ways.
Yeah.
And how to know who to entrust with it, you know, and I want to feel like I'm blessing people with my money. Like, I want people to feel good working with me.
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of like where I'm building. Like, it's part of my financial literacy as well, is like how to be a good leader and how to be somebody who's not a monster with money. You know, I don't want to be one of those people, but I know that I also like love fancy things, and I love like a luxurious
Taurus,
life.
girl.
Like, I'm a diva, girl. Like, I am a fucking diva, and like, God help you all when I get some money. But also, like, I am rooted in integrity, and I am rooted in honesty and all of these things. And so it's like this very like carefully balanced energy where like I need to know thyself.
Yeah.
I need to know thyself, and I need to trust the people that have been appointed in my life to guide me.
Yeah.
Right? Because, girl, I love to wild out. I love to wild out. Like, I need somebody to give me a budget, you know, like, so that's kind of what I'm building now is like, okay, I've reconnected with some people that I've known for years and years and years who have just randomly come back into my life. And it's so funny. And I feel like there's certain people that can feel it too. You know, I think there's a reason that you and I probably connected. I think that we'll definitely do some really cool shit. Like, we seem very aligned and ambitious in the right ways, and, you know, kind of same mentality. And it's funny how it kind of works like that. You know, and when you move and you just do things, you release the fucking YouTube video, you post the fucking song, like the right people, if you make what you're making from your heart, if you do that, you will attract the right people. Yeah. If you make content for clicks and views and rage bait and all that stuff, you're going to attract the wrong people, and you're going to put yourself in a world of hurt. Facts. So, like, you know, I'm grateful that I've stayed brave enough to be authentic.
Yeah.
And I think that like we've got some good shit coming to us.
I agree.
Like I can't wait to like just have some rocks to go blow on the
God.
rodeo. Like I can't wait for the day that I can just go walk down rodeo and be like, hello world, I have arrived. I'll take this, I'll take this, I'll take this. I mean, like, is it about that? No. Am I like waiting for that moment? Yes. Like,
yeah,
I am so excited. Like to just, I love something tangible.
Yes.
Like,
definitely.
I want all the beautiful things, but I do want to feel like I've earned them.
Yes, definitely. Do you know what Kabbalah is?
I heard it's a little bit of a cult vibe.
It's not. I mean, maybe. I mean,
said everybody ever in a cult.
I mean, anything can be culty.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? But I
want to make Dream Girl a cult, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I definitely on my vision board it says cult leader, like for sure. Like I want to be a cult leader and I want to be friends with other cult leaders. So yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to being cult
Cheers
leaders.
to being cult leaders one day.
But no, I mean it's ancient spiritual wisdom just like anything. But it's less prescriptive, kind of like Buddhism is less prescriptive. But there's this concept in Kabbalah called tikkun, and it's basically like our correction. So each person has their own tikkun, and you have to like break through the various levels of correction in order to receive your blessings. And Kabbalah, the word means receive.
Interesting.
And so like life is about receiving everything that's meant for you. But you have to break through your tikkun, and like your soul chose to come on earth, and it's, you know, had however many lifetimes. Different souls have had different lifetimes.
Totally.
And you're like continuing on the work of your past soul, basically. So like wealth and like the desire to create wealth, like and like take what's inside my mind is a beautiful place. I could fly up there and float and be grateful all day long.
Same.
But it gets kind of like boring at some point. I'm like, okay, how do I put this? How do I see this in like the material world? Like that's a part of the game, right? Like it's obviously not about that. If it was about that, I could do so many things to get it. I could find some man, I can manipulate him. I could get a mansion. That's just so easy. I don't even care about that game. Like it's boring.
We all know what you got to do to get those things. And
yeah, it's
if
not
you're
about
willing
that.
to do it, good on you.
Not everybody wants to create wealth. Like it's not important to every person.
Right.
A lot of people actually will think their whole lives that it's actually bad to be wealthy. I want to hang around other people who aren't going to shame me for wanting to be rich.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be limited at all, and I'm also obviously gonna do it in a good way where I'm generous, and like everybody who's gonna be a part of my team is gonna be so happy because they're so fulfilled and they're so well compensated. Like that's creating good in the world. Hello. It's a wealth is an expansion of who you are, and I'm like I'm a bomb ass person, so I just have to figure out that piece of it, and I will. Like there's no universe, there's no timeline on my life where I don't become like wealthy. Like,
Same.
It's
just a matter of time. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
It's a matter of time. It's going through the process. Like, and I accept that this part of my life of like learning it and all that stuff, like all the shit that you had to go through to create Dream Girl, like it's the same shit. And I'm doing it and I'm down.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, does it suck sometimes?
You gotta, but that's the thing is that you have to at some point realize that you just have to do what it takes.
You just have to fucking do what it takes. That's it. Okay. One,
as Nike once said,
it's actually really,
just do it.
It's not that hard. Like when people are like, money's not hard. I'm like, what do you mean it's not hard? I actually do kind of get it because it's like literally just doing it for real. Like for real. Like when I was one of my hobbies is table tennis, and I go to these table tennis classes, and it's my new obsession. And there's this ping pong.
Okay.
It's table tennis, Scarlet.
Okay.
So no, everyone there is literally so fucking serious about it.
No, I love it. I see this. I see it for you.
No, it's this woman. Her name is Coach Wei. She played on the Olympic team. for Beijing, and she's a US Open champ, and she's just an amazing technician. Like, she's just an incredible teacher. There's this whole community. Everyone, it's literally Nerdville, USA. What I love about table tennis is like, it's really how she teaches it is it's like 6 main moves, and those are like the main branches, and then obviously from each branch, like there's like little sprouts and like little leaves. Like, it could get more and more and more detailed, and you have like a really full tree, but at its essence, it's just 6 core moves that you have to master, and you just have to put the fucking reps in. It's just hours and hours and hours. It's really not being special or talented. Like, yes, some people are taller, or some people have a really fast forehand, or whatever. Like, different people have proclivities for like certain skills, but really, if you just
reps.
do it,
it's just reps,
you get better. And I've seen myself get better, and everyone's like, you're improving, and I'm like, yeah, it's just because you just do it, and having a good guide helps, but you could also just do it and figure it out.
One of my favorite things to tell people is, what if you just tried harder?
Yeah. Bro.
Like, it's literally that simple. Like,
that's it.
That is the secret to life. Like, what if you just tried a little harder?
This is the last thing I personally want to talk about.
Yeah.
Is about the finances thing.
Yes.
Do you track your finances?
Yes, sometimes.
Okay.
I track my finances on like a yearly basis. So like,
okay, no.
I do it. I mean, like, I'm getting better. For like, there was like, I go through cycles of sales, basically. Like, I do big pushes of sales, and then I track my finance. Yeah, and then I track my finances through that.
Yeah,
and do reports on that. I need to be better about it.
Yeah,
of doing monthly.
Yeah,
I would obviously increase my revenue and just my overall financial strategy, but that's part of the current growth strategy. Yeah. That's something I need to work on. Yeah.
I want to share with you and publicly that, well, one thing that I took from the last guy that I dated, who's honestly a really lovely man, is being exposed to him and like his financial habits. Super responsible, incredibly ambitious, like really, really good with money. Not just like has a lot, good with it. Mm-hmm. And one thing that he taught me was like his basically just like keeping track of it. Yeah. It's also something that I've learned from the Hormozis and pretty much anyone. His cadence was every single Sunday he would type into a spreadsheet just what was spent, just the practice and the cadence of like weekly doing it, because I've tried to do a bunch of different things daily. It's just too much. My days just vary too much. But weekly, it literally takes me like 10 minutes. Yeah. And I type in everything, and I never want to do it. I never ever want to do it. But
it's so good to look at it.
But I do once a week, every single week on Sundays. I just write it. That's it. What I've realized like spiritually too is that money is feminine in energy. If you wait for it to pursue you, no, it's not going to work. You have to be kind of dom daddy when it comes to money. Totally. Like, no, you do this for me. Come here. It likes it. It kind of like likes being controlled, and then it'll work for you. It responds really well. Yeah. So that one habit of just literally just tracking it and facing it every single Sunday, I personally think that women need to have money, and that's why I need to make it. Yeah. And all of the habits that I'm learning along the way, I'm trying to talk to as many people as I can about it. And like, I just think it would be cool if like a bunch of girls all over the world or wherever, anyone that I know, like we're all just like, we just know how much money do we have. I think
I think even doing like some sort of like money meetup or something would be fun.
Yeah, just so like let's all talk about it,
and just having transparency with others builds accountability. Yeah, yeah. I think for me, it's like the lack of transparency is that my finances were always secret for me and my family and stuff, and so like I've always been. I'm like finances are so secret in me. I don't even know what I have. Right. Like it's like it's always taboo in my family to talk about. It's something I'm getting over. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys check your finances every Sunday. Think about us. Go to brunch and then don't spend too much and
join our cults.
And join our cults. Do your finances. And yeah, stay tuned for more from Scarlet and Pearl. Bye.
Bye.